Hey there, Taurus, and welcome back to Bon Echo Tarot. I am here with your full moon in Capricorn reading, June 24th. I'm recording these on June 22nd, which is the day that Mercury is stationary direct. So thank goodness that's over. But I do caution everyone that we are still subjected to the shadow period, which is another 5 to 7 days. So be cautious about any new beginnings, any contracts that you want to sign. Traveling, especially during a shadow period, can be very challenging. So watch out for those things. I am going to talk a little bit more about this full moon this time, though, now that Mercury retrograde is pretty much on its way out. But it's good to know, to kind of recap over what, it's all been about the money, hasn't it, Taurus, for this last little while. That's what Mercury retrograde has been doing, and values as well, your value system. I've also noticed that that this Mercury retrograde was very much about learning how to be vulnerable and seeing it as strength as opposed to weakness. So let's move on to the full moon in Capricorn, which is, as I say, on June 24th, so that's this Thursday. And for you, it's about travel. But it's also about education, philosophy, and, taking a look at the landscape in front of you and how you want to approach it. Now that we're coming into a new chapter, this year has been very much about closing out and cleaning up old chapters, saying goodbye to things once and for all. So let's get these cards shuffled up a little bit before I lay them out, and then we'll see what the tarot has to say for Taurus for this full moon, which is, it's likely to be a very positive full moon for most of us. I think there's only a couple of signs that are going to be challenged by it. But, let's take a look. There's your first card. Oh, Taurus. We got the 10 of Swords. This is a tough one, Taurus. So let's just see what other cards we have here. Oh, 5 of Cups. So there's some disappointment. And there's you. Or you could be dealing with another Taurus or Libra individual. So let's just see here. Yeah, we've got 9 of Wands in the past position. So that's like exhaustion and holding things down. And then we've got the Lover's card, crowning everything. So you could, in fact, be dealing with a relationship where you've become separated from someone that you really care about. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is, this would be very much in line with the energies of the full moon in Capricorn for you in your 9th house. And it's also very Taurus. Like, whenever I see this card, I just see Taurus, because, this is the Taurus who, is very quiet, unassuming, is scanning the room, scanning the situation, and, is looking for the best outcome. And sometimes it takes you a little while. Sometimes you have to be careful about getting stuck in this place. So, pardon me. By the time I get to Capricorn, I'm going to be tripping all over my tongue. Okay, so in the position of you, well, aren't you something? You are the King of Wands. So, you could be, there's you looking at the Empress too. Power couple, whoever you are. You're looking hot, by the way. Just saying. You also could have a lot of fire in your chart. So let's just see what happens here. Ooh, okay. In your environment, you've got the Magician. Wow, we've already got 3 major arcana for you. So this is a very significant full moon for you. You may be evaluating where you want to go. You know, if you've been thinking about making a move, or if you're thinking about making a move because of something, some sort of separation in a relationship. You know, you also could be coming in contact with a Gemini. That's another Gemini card. In your hopes and fears, we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, fire sign, so it could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius individual. Or, you know, you might just be, you know, wanting to bring a fresh perspective to the situation. Yeah, and here's the 3 of Wands. So here's the thing. It's like maybe you're trying to figure out whether you need to go to someone else or whether they need to come to you. With COVID, many people have been separated from the people that they love. And look at that. See, there's a power couple element going on here. So we've got the Queen of Wands is the surrounding energies for your situation. So again, another fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. So yeah, whatever the separation is, it's really, really it's like you've come out of, you know, the period of time where you are, you know, trying to hold on. You know, you may have realized that it's beyond your control at this time. And now you're just kind of left with the grief. And, you know, in the 5 stages of healing, you know, you're kind of hop, skipping, and jumping between all of them. You know, if you're not familiar with that, I highly recommend you look it up, because it can really give you a greater insight as to, you know, how to be kinder to yourself when things are not working out the way you want them to be. If you are finding that this reading is resonating, Taurus, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, maybe you should. I try to post stuff, but my life, just like everybody else's, is kind of all over the place. So I post when I can, and but it's also helpful to go back in time too, to get some perspective on the events that are happening in your life now. So feel free to look through the videos that I've posted over the last little while. So I don't think you're ready to let this person go. And, you know, this could just be a temporary situation. Let's get these cards and clarify some of them. So let's see. Oh, look at that. So you could be dealing with a younger fire sign, Page of Wands. And, you know, maybe you're just kind of waiting for them to grow up. They could, it's possible that maybe they've pulled back, or maybe they're distracted by other things in their life right now. Could have been some arguments with the 5 of Wands, and that's kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth about it all. So let's see, the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you could be separated at this point. This could have been someone that you were living with, whether it was a marriage or a common law. It doesn't really matter. But this is someone that you've shared home space with. And let's get some clarity. There we go. See, the Empress, it's like this person, the Empress, is your ideal. You know, this is your ideal scenario. And, you know, there may have been a time when this person was more focused or just as jazzed about you as you are about them. But something, you know, could have been this fight or this disagreement that you had with one another, and they're just kind of they're not quite. It's not as if they've turned their back to you, but I get the impression that they had to go somewhere and their focus is elsewhere. Maybe as they left, you know, things were left on a bad note. So, yeah, and I think too that in the past you tried to remain emotionally available to them, but they've been really aloof, and you haven't been able to, you know, because I'm not seeing a lot of cups here. In fact, am I seeing any? Just the King of Cups. So it's like your emotional availability has been there. While there may be a lot of passion between the two of you, there's not a lot of emotion happening. So let's see the Lover's card. Yeah, something happened in a relationship where, you know, not the nicest, like words that cut deep were said. And then yeah, because this is really shaking up your world. It's like, okay, what do I do now? I don't know what to do now. What do I do? You know? So you're going to assume the Taurus space that says, you know, I'm going to be the wallflower, and I keep my eye on everything going on in the room before I make my next move. And I don't even think you're going to make a move, because ultimately at the end we've got the Three of Wands, and you're going to wait to see how they approach you. So you, the King of Wands, you've got the security, all the security that you need. You could have a very supportive family, and you're taking refuge in that right now. Yeah, and self-love, because this really is, you know, we can't truly be vulnerable in situations unless we love ourselves, and unless we can, you know, where we can eliminate those negative tapes that run from time to time. Well, all right, so this is the one. Yeah, so again, it's like the love that you're craving in your life is going to be satisfied when you can truly find the way to love yourself. And, you know, that is, you know, a big part of the archetype of Taurus. Taurus is actually my north node, and the lesson is unconditional love. But you can't express unconditional love to others until you've truly given it to yourself. So that's what's going to turn the tide. That's what's going to take all this ice and fire and turn it into water, and, you know, something that truly can sustain you. I guess the fire, you know, could possibly melt the ice, but I think you have to approach it from your heart space. Page of Wands. Yeah, you're not... No, not you. Sorry. Scratch that. This fire sign is not expressing themselves, and you know it. And it's bugging you. And that may have actually been what the fight was about. Yeah. There's still a glimmer of hope that this can be brought back together. But for now, it's kind of like you're both gone to your corners and meditating truly on what this what this relationship means for you. So lots of lessons. Mercury has definitely been schooling us. Well, look at that, see? Because one of the cool things about being a tarot reader and reading and watching other tarot readers on YouTube is that, you know, I get reminded that the light that's in the lantern for the Hermit is actually the Star card. Look what came to clarify your final card. You know, if this isn't pertaining to this particular situation, you actually may have an Aquarius coming towards you that's going to bring you a lot of hope for a situation. 3 of Pentacles. Something's definitely being worked out. Let's just get one more on that. And there's the Strength card. So you may also be dealing with a Leo, but something is being worked out. You just may not have, you know, until we get out of Mercury's shadow, it's going to take a little while for things to move forward. You could definitely be dealing with an Aries, but the Fool card didn't pop out. But we've got the Emperor, we've got the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. We've got a lot of different signs here, but we're not in that love heart space yet. So let's see what the Lenormand has to say for you, Taurus. Yeah, lots to learn with the book. You know, whether it's things that have been kept from you or just learning, you know, life learning kind of stuff in relationships. It's not going to be easy. You got the mountain, you're really going to have to work for it. But, you know, that's kind of how these things are, and that's what makes them worth it in the end. Yeah, because this is towards a very serious, significant new chapter in your life, which, you know, is emphasized on your legacy and family and potential. And look at that. You just have to wait for that key to show up. But I think truly the key for you, Taurus, is to really find that way to amplify self-love and eliminate any sort of toxic thought patterns that you may have had in the past. Free falling. Let go. Let go. You know, a lot of the times these things happen in our life to show us that we're not in control, and that's actually a good thing. At your service. All right, so whatever that might mean for you, I don't have to interpret everything that I put out here on the table. So Taurus, I hope you found this helpful. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can reach me at bonecotarot.com. Just pop a message to me there. I also have a special that until midnight tonight, I'm offering at 50% off. It's a shadow astro report where I specifically go to the parts of your astrology chart to look at those shadow aspects. You might find that helpful in cracking the code on finding deeper ways to love yourself. So once again, Taurus, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again.